Welcome to English Easy Hub. Join us as we ignite the flames of your English learning journey together.
Please subscribe to watch and embark on your English learning journey. Don't miss out on the exciting content. This dialogue delves into the value of having an English-speaking partner as a vital tool for language learning. It covers a range of topics, including how to structure sessions for productivity, overcome communication barriers, and stay motivated over time. The conversation also emphasizes practical techniques, such as role-playing, cultural awareness, and balancing real-time conversations with asynchronous communication. By addressing common concerns and providing actionable advice, this dialogue serves as a comprehensive guide for learners aiming to improve their English fluency in a meaningful and engaging way.
Hi, teacher. I've been thinking about improving my English by finding an English-speaking partner. Do you think it's really worth the effort?
Absolutely, Alex. A language partner offers something you can't always get from textbooks or classes: practical, real-world experience. It's an opportunity to learn the nuances of communication, like tone, rhythm, and cultural expressions, while building your confidence. It also pushes you to think on your feet, which is essential for fluency.
That makes sense. But I've always wondered, how do I ensure that my conversations are actually productive? I don't want to just chat without improving my skills.
Good point. Productivity comes from having a clear purpose. Start by setting goals for each session. For example, one session could focus on practicing past tense verbs, while another could work on expanding vocabulary for specific topics. Also, reflect on each session. Write down new phrases or mistakes you made so you can review and improve. Additionally, structure the conversation. Begin with a warm-up, move into focused practice, and end with a review of what you've learned.
I see. But what about when I struggle to express myself? Sometimes I know what I want to say but can't find the right words. It's frustrating.
That's a common challenge, Alex. In such situations, don't shy away from asking your partner for help. Say, "How would you say this in English?" Or try to explain the idea with simpler words. Remember, the act of figuring out how to communicate is part of the learning process. Over time, these moments will decrease as your vocabulary grows. And don't forget to carry a small notebook or use a language app to jot down phrases you learn during these struggles. They'll come in handy later.
That's encouraging. Another concern I have is maintaining motivation. Speaking with someone regularly sounds great at first, but how do I avoid losing interest over time?
Excellent question. Motivation often dips when progress feels slow, so make it a habit to track your achievements. Celebrate small wins, like mastering a tricky phrase or understanding a joke in English. Also, keep things varied. Switch between casual conversations, role-playing scenarios, or even debates on topics you're passionate about. A dynamic approach keeps you engaged. Additionally, consider rewarding yourself. For instance, if you complete 5 successful sessions, treat yourself to something you enjoy.
I like that idea of role-playing. Could you give an example of how I might use it with a partner?
Certainly. Imagine you're preparing for a trip abroad. You and your partner could simulate a situation where you're ordering food at a restaurant or asking for directions. Role-playing not only enhances your vocabulary, but also prepares you for real-life interactions. It's fun and practical. You can also expand into more creative scenarios. Pretend you're a news anchor reporting on an event or act as a customer and shop assistant discussing products. The possibilities are endless and can align with your interests or goals.
That sounds useful. Speaking of practicality, how do I deal with time zone differences if I find an online partner from another country?
Flexibility is key here. If you're serious about building a partnership, you'll need to compromise on timing. Discuss schedules openly and find overlapping hours that work for both of you. Alternatively, consider asynchronous communication like sending voice messages or recorded videos, which gives you both more flexibility. Another tip is to look for a partner in a country with a time zone closer to yours. This might not always be possible, but it could simplify scheduling.
Voice messages sound interesting. Are they as effective as live conversations?
They have their own advantages. With voice messages, you have time to think about your response, which can lead to better sentence construction. It's also a great way to practice listening and pronunciation at your own pace. That said, try to balance it with live interactions to develop real-time conversational skills. You could even combine both methods. Use voice messages to clarify complex topics and live chats for casual, flowing conversations.
One thing I'm worried about is cultural differences. What if I accidentally say something offensive or fail to understand a cultural reference?
That's a valid concern, Alex, but it's also an opportunity for growth. If you're unsure, don't hesitate to ask your partner to explain. Most people appreciate curiosity and effort. Similarly, if you make a mistake, apologize and treat it as a learning experience. Remember, cultural awareness is as important as language fluency. To minimize these challenges, do a bit of research on your partner's culture beforehand. Learn about common customs, taboos, and humor. It'll enrich your interactions.
That's a good perspective. On the topic of learning, what can I do outside of conversations to make the most of having a language partner?
Great question. Prepare for your sessions by reading articles, watching videos, or listening to podcasts on topics you'd like to discuss. This not only improves your knowledge, but also gives you fresh ideas to talk about. After each session, review what you've learned and practice using new words or phrases in sentences. Also, consider keeping a journal in English. Write about your sessions, your thoughts, or even imaginary stories. It's a great way to reinforce learning.
That's practical advice. Is there a specific mindset I should adopt to get the most out of this experience?
Definitely. Approach each session with curiosity and a willingness to make mistakes. Mistakes are essential. They're how we learn. Also, view your partner as a collaborator rather than just a teacher or critic. Building a positive relationship will make the process enjoyable and more effective. Finally, stay patient. Language learning is a journey, not a sprint. Celebrate progress, no matter how small.
I hadn't thought of it that way before. Lastly, do you think there's any downside to relying too much on a language partner?
The only downside is if it becomes your sole method of learning. A language partner is a fantastic resource, but it shouldn't replace self-study or structured lessons. Use it as a supplement, a way to apply and test what you've learned. That balance will ensure steady progress. It's also important to occasionally assess your own progress independently to identify areas where you still need improvement.
This has been incredibly insightful, teacher. I feel like I have a clear plan for finding and working with a language partner now.
I'm glad to hear that, Alex. Remember, the most important thing is consistency and a positive attitude. Every conversation, no matter how small, is a step forward. Keep at it, and you'll see remarkable results.
Thank you so much. I'll start looking for a partner and preparing for my sessions right away.
That's a fantastic start, Alex. Stay committed, and remember to approach each session with curiosity and patience. Your consistency and effort will make all the difference. Keep me updated. I'd love to hear about your progress and help you navigate any challenges you face along the way.
The discussion underscores the transformative impact of working with an English-speaking partner. Key points include the importance of setting clear goals, tracking progress, and staying consistent in practice. Learners are encouraged to view mistakes as valuable learning opportunities and to approach sessions with curiosity and openness. The dialogue also stresses the need to balance partner interactions with self-study and structured learning to ensure well-rounded progress. By adopting these strategies, learners can not only develop their language skills but also build cultural understanding and confidence, turning every conversation into a stepping stone toward mastery.
Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share to keep the English learning journey alive.